guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are having a great day, night, or whenever you're watching this. Today we are going to be trying this TikTok hack that I saw go everywhere. I saw everybody really try it. Most people were just kind of duetting the actual TikTok itself, but I decided to make a whole video so that I could come back in and do like check-ins on how it's doing on my skin. So yeah, that's what today's video is going to be. I'm going to play the TikTok for you right now so you guys can actually see what I'm talking about, and then we'll go through the steps. So here's the TikTok.
If you wear makeup, watch. Change your whole routine and try this instead. Moisturize first. Then after moisturizing, take some translucent powder. I usually use the Fit Me one, and I just lightly dab it all over my face. Not too much. Then take some setting spray. It could be any setting spray. I usually use the NYX one. After the setting spray, take a primer and just put your primer. Also, wait for the setting spray to dry first. Then just put on your foundation and just see what happens and how amazing your fucking makeup is gonna look. And it's gonna stay on 24/7 and it's not gonna crease. It's a technique that's probably still used by so many other people. I heard that it's been used for like a long time, but I just found out about it. And honestly, look, I don't have the beauty filter on. Try it on you and let me know if it works.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start now. So the first step is to moisturize. Now personally, I don't use an actual moisturizer in the morning because at night I use a really thick moisturizer. So I found that if I used that moisturizer like in the morning and in the night, it was too much for my skin. So I have been using the Kate Somerville's biomimicking peptides serum. This stuff is literally so good. I got this scent in my BoxyCharm and I've been using this every single morning, and I honestly have to say that it's what has been helping my skin. Like, I haven't been breaking out as much, and any breakouts that I have been having are going away, and I literally want to say it's this because this is the only thing that's changed. So this and my actual skincare routine that I do every night, I feel like both are just working amazing. So yeah, I'm going to be using this serum as my moisturizer in this step because that's what I use as my moisturizer, you know. So that's what I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using a serum, but same thing, basically moisturizing. So I'm just going to rub this all into my skin. And I also really like this in the morning for my makeup because it gets a bit tacky, so it's a great base for your foundation. So yeah, gonna do this, and I've already done my eyes because that's what I do normally when I do my makeup. So my eyebrows and my eyes are done, but yeah, we're gonna do this, just making sure that's all into the skin. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna let this sit for just a second, obviously, but next step is to put translucent powder all over your face. This is where I'm scared, okay? I'm scared that this is just gonna like make my skin like super textured, you know? Like, I kind of have textured skin a bit. I have like those little bumps in my skin. That's kind of like my biggest insecurity, so I'm scared that this is gonna cling to that, but you know, we're all here to try basically. So I'm going to be using the Laura Mercier translucent powder. This is just my everyday powder. Now when I put this on after my foundation, I use a beauty blender, but for this I'm just going to use a brush because I feel like that's what's going to work best. So I'm just going to be using this powder brush. It's the Makeup Shack's T1 powder brush. So I'm going to be dipping into here and then putting this on. She said not too much, but I don't know how much is too much and how much is too little, so we're gonna just dust this on and pray. Okay, so I think that's enough. I hope that that wasn't too much or too little, but yeah, I can definitely feel that there's powder on my face, but not a lot. Okay. So next step is to spray your face with setting spray. Now my favorite setting spray is the Morphe Continuous setting spray. I do want to try their, I think it's I don't know if it's the hydrating or illuminating something. I don't know. I want to try that one too, but this one is definitely my favorite. So I'm going to spray this all over my face. I love the feeling of setting spray. It feels so good, especially this one, because this mist is the most fine mist I've ever felt in a setting spray. I used to use Urban Decay setting spray, and it just feels like splatters. Like I could feel the places that it hit, you know. This is just like an even layer, like all over your skin. So she said to let this dry, so I'm gonna go ahead and let this dry completely, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so setting spray is completely dry. I'm not noticing anything so far. Yeah, I mean, my skin looks like pretty much normal right now. So next up is primer. I use the L'Oreal Infallible Matte Lock primer. Now, normally when I put on my primer, I only put this on like my T-zone, so my nose, right here on the sides of my cheek, my chin, and my forehead. But for this, I find that I see everybody putting this everywhere, so I'm gonna put it everywhere so that like it's doing what it's supposed to, you know. So I'm gonna put this all over my face. I will say, as I'm putting this on, my skin does feel pretty smooth. So now I want this to work, you know. It's supposed to keep you matte. Okay. So that's all over my face now. And now those are all the steps that are from the hack, and it's supposed to keep you matte. It's not supposed to crease, and it's also supposed to be very smoothing. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do my foundation routine as normal on top of this base that I just put down. And yeah, if you guys want to see my actual foundation routine, I'm not going to show it to you guys because I already filmed it for you guys. I filmed it as my IGTV, so I will put it up here, and I will have my Instagram right here, so you guys can go click on that and go watch it, and I will also link it down below for you guys to go ahead and watch that if that's something that you want to watch. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do my foundation routine as normal, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. I finished my whole face, and then I just put my hair in a bun because honestly, this quarantine life just had me doing my makeup to stay in the house, so I didn't really need to do my hair too, you know. So here is my face. Now let me go into the sunlight so you could see a little bit more, just because this is obviously like studio light. Studio light makes you look so much better, so I'm gonna go into the sunlight, so just give me 1 second. Okay, so here's kind of sunlight, but I'm gonna open my blinds so you can really see. You know, it's doing great things. Okay, so my face, I do like how my face came out. I have no complaints about my face. The only thing is, and I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this on camera, is it is clinging a bit to the little bumps that I told you guys about. So the texture on my skin is what it's clinging to a little bit. Not too bad. I mean, definitely still look good, you know. Like I said, the only thing is that it's clinging to those spots a little bit more than I would like it to. It's showing them off a little bit more. And the only other thing is that when I was putting on my foundation, it happened right here mainly. I don't know if I didn't like brush off the powder enough, but when I put my foundation, I was patting it like normal, and then I saw this C shape create here, and I had to like blend it out really good for it to look smooth. Basically it was like a cluster of powder, and it was sticking to my foundation, so I had to really blend that out. I found that I had to blend out a little bit more than normal in different areas, also with my concealer a little bit. Once I started coming out to here and blending out, I noticed that I had to blend a little bit more. When I so I put setting spray on again, and then I put on my highlight so it has something sticky or something like wet to stick to. when I put it on top of here, like I just brush above my eyebrow. I like how that looks. I did that, and when I did that, it basically like took that foundation off. Like it started like patching again. So I had to go back in with my beauty blender, really make sure that it was blended. As you could tell, I don't really see too much of a difference now, but in the moment it was pretty bad. So I had to really blend that out, and now we're good again. So it was just a little bit more blending than normal, but nothing bad to say, you know. Still look pretty good. I'll go back into this light so you can really see. But yeah, so it's kind of just to see how this wears throughout the day. I will update you guys as I see more updates. And yeah, that's it for right now, and I will update you guys in a little bit. My mom is forcing me to go to Winter Essentials with her, so here's my first check-in. It's been a few hours. It's pretty cold outside, that's why I got my blanket on me. As you could tell, foundation is holding up pretty well. It is caking a little bit on the side of my nose, but I can't really fault that to this because my face does that in general, but there is a little cakiness right there. I don't see too much oiliness, but it hasn't been that long, so I'll update you guys in a little bit. Okay, so it's about 10:30 to 10:45, I believe, somewhere around there. And I'm coming for my last check-in because I'm gonna go take a shower. And yeah, so I'm here for my last check-in. So brief thoughts, there's not that much of a difference. Would I do this again? Not really. I feel like it's a lot of unnecessary steps that could be clogging my pores. So I mean, it's just not that worth it to me. I will say it did keep me, I mean, I'm still oily right now, as you could tell, but I'm not as oily as normal. So I will give it that. But if you could tell right here on camera, it's just clinging to, like, I'm guessing it's the powder that I put on after my serum. I feel like it's just clinging to the little texture of my skin and just accentuating it like so much more right now. You know, like if you could see it right here, I just feel like it's like showing off the texture of my skin so much more than normal if I just put on, like, just did my normal routine. So that's one thing that I really am just not liking about this. Like, it's just really just accentuating. I will say, I mean, I don't have too much creasage. I mean, my under eyes, it's kind of honestly like just my eyes. There's not much I can do about that. I don't have any creasing right here or anything like that, so that's pretty good. I just honestly don't see that big of a difference to continue to do this, you know. I feel like I'm risking clogging my pores more than doing anything so different, you know. Like, I think my regular foundation routine is pretty okay actually. But yeah, just here for my last update. I really am loving doing brown liner. Like, I feel like it's like the liner look, but just a little bit more subtle, and it just kind of goes a little bit more with my face than like a black line, you know. So I'm really liking that. But yeah, that's my update. I mean, not really worth it, but I guess if I was needing to have my makeup on for like a very long time, I guess I would do this because it did keep me a little less oily. I would just make sure to be a little bit more cautious about it sticking to my texture, you know. But yeah, that's today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this was helpful because I know that myself, I was so curious if this actually worked. So hopefully this either gives you your answers or you want to try it more. So who knows? Hopefully it was helpful. I will see you guys in Thursday's upload. Love you guys so much. Bye.